Welcome back to Let's Play Rome Total War Carthage campaign, episode the 39th. And now the tide has really begun to turn in our favour, my friends. The Spanish have suffered a very major defeat at Corduba at my hands. They lost two very valuable family members, a lot of troops, a lot of good troops actually, and now I am moving to go on the offensive. I have Milcar Partidelis Hadromentum, or whatever you want to call him. He's on his way to attack Scalabis. He's going to be picking up troops at Carthago Nova and perhaps a few at Corduba. But I'm starting to go on the offensive. I'm also going to focus on raising another army in Carthago Nova as well, because we are now at the point where I just have a lot of men. So I'm going to have the round shields be, the long shields will be joining the enemy, well, joining my army. But I also now have two extra generals. I have Eshmunasha, who's going to be a governor because he doesn't really have any command. But Sakarbal is born with 3 command stars, so I really should take advantage of it and give him an army composing of Iberian infantry, some Iberian infantry, round shield cavalry, and more Iberian infantry. It's a smaller army, but it's going to be supporting my main general on his journey, and it might also allow me to do a very fast offensive against Asturica if we pull this off properly. But for now, we're going to go to the next turn. We're going to keep an eye on what's going on, keep an eye for potential Romans activities, because a fair few Brutii have started sailing into the west, so there could be a potential invasion to be dealing with should things get a bit concerning for them. But for now, we're going to move on to the next turn and see if the Spanish try to attack me again, though right now I think they'll be licking their wounds. So let's see what's going on. Actually, you know what? If we're going to see what's going on, Daniel, make your way to Scalabis and watch the Spanish movements. Let's see how weak they really are now. You never know, we might be at the point now where we can really focus on taking them out there. There was a famous battle there. Was that one I won or lost? I can't remember. I need to see it, but I can't. But there is a Spanish army on the move. Captain Paulban, he's just patrolling, but he's not really worth our thing. Oh yeah, this was why Theopan, as be honest, won against Captain Lucon. That was a good battle. Anyway, let's go to the next turn and see what happens. Right, no concerning Spanish movements at the minute. Looks like Paulban of Bibilis. Oh, he got promoted then. He's just in the area. He hasn't got an army worth worrying about. He might probably come and raid, but he's probably not going to do anything too annoying. As for those long shield carry by the way, do you want to join up with Milcar Piles? Be ready to do things for me. I'll check my faction announcements in a second as well, but for now you just join up. Thank you, your army's emerged. Right, you know what to do. Make your way to Scalabis. And we will launch our glorious attack there. Now, we do have one issue. Our money is getting extremely low right now, so let's try and find a way to turn that situation around. I think what a good thing would be to do is have a little bit of a recruitment freeze. Oscar, you have enough Iberian infantry to keep me going for now. And I'll recruit 1 unit of skirmishers just because we need them. Parma really needs a governor actually. So you know what? You join up with Admiral Clarion. You're gonna make your way to Parma. You're gonna go and help manage the town's finances and just make me a shitload of tax money and trade money. So you make your way over and just make me money. Briarius can keep an eye on Carthago Nova for me. A worthy life ends, by the way. Amicas Bernicia, the diplomat, he eventually passed away, so whatever. He wasn't very useful to me anyway. Carthago Nova now has deep mines, which means we are going to get more money at least. We've got some more recruitment done, but now I'm going to try and hold off on recruitment. No, Carthago Nova is going to keep on recruiting those slingers, and 2 units of town militia, no, 3 units of town militia. No, I'm just piling that expense up, but that's going to just be to keep the town safe. And other things which happened: Armenia has allied with the Scythians, and they've also stopped their war with the Seleucids, and they've also become client kingdoms. So whatever, not really my concern right now what's going on over in the very far east. But for now, I'm happy. Right, anyway, over here we need to do some retraining at some point, or at least I don't know what I can retrain. It might just be worth sending those long shield cavalry out of the game for a bit, or I'll send them to Carthago Nova for retraining. But I'll see if there are any loose ends I can cut off my army, or at least we'll just see what our profit's like for now. Or at least I might even give it another turn. If my money goes negative next turn, then I'll have to do some emergency cutting. But for now, we're going to go to the next turn and keep an eye on those Spanish. But how close are you to... You're going to infiltrate this turn, aren't you? Let's get you infiltrating now, Daniel Hades, who claims he's seen but unseen. Or at least he sees, but he cannot be seen. He's very, very poetic like that. Just get in that town, keep an eye on what the Spanish are up to, make sure they're not doing anything that's going to scupper my plans for the minute, please. Let's see, round shield cavalry. I'm not, yeah, I'm probably going a bit overkill with these armies I'm sending, but whatever. You never know when the Spanish might be hiding something up their sleeves. You never know, Asturica might be like their Mordor, where they have like 1 billion fucking orcs or something. Next turn, please. Right, you did a very good job of not moving when you had orders to move, so well done you. Palbun's on his way over with his very pathetic army, so we'll just knock that away. Money is being lost first, so we need to fix that one up for definite. And also we did some recruitment. Right. Notice the Gaul army's turned up as well. Captain Divicaeus is on the move. I'm not sure if he's going to be attacking or not attacking. His army's pretty weak first, so right, he won't be a concern for me. Right, you get in Parma and do some governing, and just try and make just make sure Parma doesn't do something stupid. That's all I really ask, because Parma's good at doing things that are stupid. So you just get in there and just, there we go. Managed to make a little bit more money out of it already. So right, we're turning the tide a little bit. How's the financial situation right now? We need to find a way to save an extra 400 denarii. Cutting the navy might be an idea, actually. I might cut 2 ships out of the navy. I mean, I do need a big navy, but for now the threat of naval invasion is pretty small. So once you guys are back, I'm definitely going to reduce the size of that navy. You know what, you guys, I'm not even going to bother replanning them. So those guys can just get disbanded. I'm going to disband a unit of Iberian swords as well, just because, yeah, just have a few too many of them maybe. I mean, it's a bit of a piss I'm having to get rid of units, but. Money's short, money's tight, money's very, very, very tight. I mean, I'm just a bit. Oh, hang on, put your taxes up. There we go. Right, now we should be good. Let's have a quick look at those finances now. Let's have a look. Yeah, right, we're back in making money. We're not going to be out of a negative in the next term, but you know what, we're moving in the right direction. Right, you two have your move orders for definite. Attack Scalabis. And you attack Scalabis. Don't go wandering, don't go around being lazy, don't do anything that's going to disappoint me, simple as that. If I catch you lazing off, I will be very, very unhappy. Right, next turn, please.
We're under siege.
Right, so Gaul's turned on us, which means that's a trade partner lost, and that means Sakabul, you've got a new target. I'm honestly not even angry about the Gauls attacking me, but fine, that's an excuse to try and get Scalabis off them, then I can have all of Iberia. Right, let's deal with that in a minute. So, Oscar's under siege by Gaul, we'll deal with that in a minute. End of turn report, yeah, money's now getting worse, because obviously without Oscar, I've just lost a thing. Archimedes invented his screw, unit recruitment completed, more time militia in Carthago Nova. Diplomatic information, we're at war with Carthage, and the Greek cities have broken their alliance with me, probably because I want to go and side with the fucking Romans, because they're bastards, right. Fuck them. Also, a Brutii navy has been sighted in the area. Right now, it isn't carrying anything as far as we know, but I would be happier if it was not in the area. So, yeah, you just go sink that. Or at least it can retreat into my port, which is not very good, but fine.
Victory! Aye, my lord.
He couldn't even be bothered saying victory probably. Right, you guys just go dock there. Right, what is that army made up of? I know it's made up, right, it's made up of 2 units. Right, you know what, we can take him on. All of you, just sally forth, get rid of him, because you know what, he isn't even worth the effort, you know, if you know what I mean, he isn't even worth it. So, skirmishers and swords, right, fair enough, just take them out, but don't wear armour, we can probably outdo them. 8-3, strength for your show in my favour, because I'm outnumbering him by 700 men. Just do it. Just get rid of him. I have more important things to be dealing with. I may even send my spy to go keep an eye on Numantia now, because that would be the more tempting target for me to have. Because controlling Iberia would mean I just get better at things.
Await my orders.
Right, not exactly a lot of orders to get out here. It's really going to be just the general running everything over. So, yeah. All of you go here. All of you go here. And just start the battle. Right. Iberians, I want you just out there, make a nice wide battle line. Cavalry, I want you there. You make a nice wide battle line. Not going to bother doing any skirmishy, volley stuff. I want to try and keep casualties to an absolute minimum. And giving us skirmishes time to fire at us would basically be allowing the Spanish time, well, not the Spanish, the Gauls time to kill me. So it's nice to have a new enemy. It's nice to know that barbarians can't be trusted. Not that I ever trusted these guys. I mean, these guys were going to go to war with me inevitably anyway, because these guys are allied to the Spanish, so I would have expected them to come to Spain's aid. It's just, I'm surprised with how long it took them and how little effort they're putting into it, but fine. I guess they are at the point where they are going to see me as a threat now as well, now that I'm basically taking down the Spanish, and it means that I will eventually look for something to conquer next, so I guess it's fair enough. These guys are just straight up running away though, aren't they? Right, Iberians, let's form our battle line over here now, and we'll just see what the Spanish do. So cavalry, I want you here. Let's just triple speed it. I think the most likely thing they're going to do actually is point. Right, they're going to form up, right? Or at least we're going to disappear because they're magic. Right, we'll give my troops time just to come and form up then. So come on, everyone, come out, everyone form up. Simple as that, please. Just moving at the speed of light, the speed of sound, whatever you want to call it. Just lump all the Iberians on top of them, surround them, just do nice fancy stuff basically. We'll take them all out. There we go, right. And now the swordsmen are visible, or at least the skirmishers are visible. Right, if they're putting the skirmishers on the front line, that's a bit stupid of them, so let's just start moving in. Obviously, we're moving on certain angles just so we can try and flank the enemy. Cavalry, you start moving in for your flank. But we'll have 2 attack from the front, 2 attack from the side. 1 try and just sort of like swing around the rear. Actually, you know what? You swing around the rear as well. Because then that's going to make it easier for when the swordsman tried to come in and try and cut us up. We'll just take them out nice and quickly. Those guys have nice big swords, by the way. We have shitty, crappy, tiny swords. But we have shields. Oh no, they have shields, don't they? These guys have better swords than us, and it's kind of disappointing. Anyway, a good cavalry charge will take them out anyway, even if they are trying to hype up, which is just going to keep their morale up. But it isn't going to work in the long run. I'm going to take them all down. Right, whoa. Don't get too ahead of yourselves. This was their plan all along, and to be honest, I saw it coming. That's why I was trying to make sure we were going to cover them from all angles, because they want me to engage with swordsmen. Cavalry. Since the skirmishers are way over in the back of now, even though, yeah, I'm going to lose some men. Cavalry, you get in there. Infantry, move in and pin those guys down. Just pin down their infantry. Because they're going to try and move their infantry in away with my cavalry, but yeah, that didn't really work out for them.
Is the perfect enemy. As enemies, these men are perfect. They are running from...
Well, he died, right. I'm guessing really that the Gauls were just going to try and roadblock my cavalry and hope like their swordsmen would stand up to my cavalry and even kill the general. Would have worked if I'd used a spear unit or something that was designed for that job, but no. This is how you fucked it up, Gaul. You just made your moves very predictable, and then when you tried to counter my moves, which were to counter your predictable moves, your counter attack was counterly, utterly shit. You guys fucked up, and now, well, I'm sending an army to deal with you. If I can take Gaul, or, you know, then that's more land for me to control, more money for me to make, and more land that I can use against the Romans eventually. Recruit more barbarian mercenaries, recruit more mercenaries, just recruit things from all over the world. I can make this work, I can make this work. I can take you guys down easy, because I doubt they'll send any huge armies against me for now. They might be too busy occupied attacking other people. We'll have to have a full readout of what we know about their diplomatic situation. I do know that the Germanians are out of the game though, which means I don't know how they stand with the Britannians.
And no one can argue that it is not both well-deserved and worthy.
Well-deserved, worthy, I don't care. It was a very simple victory. We won. We all lost 30 men. Fair enough. Happy with that. Let's just get out of here.
Victory!
Right, that's them kept out of the area, and we also got a shield bearer, which gives us extra valor for the bodyguards. Right, what do we know about Gaul right now, apart from the fact they're on my ever-growing list of enemies? Right now they're allied with the Britannians, so yeah, they're probably going to be putting all their efforts against me. So, Oscar, we need to make sure everything's up to code there. The only thing is I can't really get things much further up to code because, yeah. And money is now being lost at an even worse rate because obviously we've lost all that trade with Gaul. This is not good at all. I'm gonna have to really probably disband some navies or something, or at least really now start thinking about conquering some land, which is what we're gonna do, right? Since we know the resistance at Scalabus is virtually non-existent. I mean, yeah, there is Palban of Byblis and there is some round shield cavalry, but nothing that's really going to be causing me too much trouble. Find out what Gaul's up to. Find out how strong they are in Numantia. If they're weak, we'll take it. If they're strong, we'll hold off for now. But, oh, by the way, Matugenis, he's just over there. But, if we scope out their strength properly, we'll know... Ah, it's weak! Right. Miltipardes, you go to Scalabus. Sakabal, you're on your way to Numantia. Right, everything is falling into place. Next turn, please. Right. By the way, Gaul's swords can be turned aside by gold, but can your peace and life be too hardly? Their offers, accept or we will attack. Their demands, please do not attack. So is Gaul like trying to bitch their way out of a war now? I want a full ceasefire. I want a full ceasefire with trade rights. Give me that and I will not attack you. Simple as that, really. They don't want it. Right, fine. I can keep this fight up, Gaul. I can keep this fight up. I'd only accept ceasefire if I get my trade back, because that's what I need. That's all I want out of them. I want trade, but fine. I'll have Numantia then. Gaul just know. I think that message basically was Gaul realising they fucked up. One of my spies in Sicily died, by the way, and I now have a priest of Milcat, which actually gave me a trade increase. The Julii have also reared their ugly heads. This is why I need to keep at least one navy going, because now they're going to just try and blockade us. Don't want to withdraw. I was actually just going to see if they were carrying troops and not, right. It's just for one boat, actually, so right. Sink it, and we lost. I don't get that. We had 3 more ships than them and we still lost. You guys are fucking awful sometimes, right? This is probably like a good argument why I still need a navy, but unfortunately, I'm poor and I'm out of money, so just disband what we have. But I'm going to keep one of those ships at hand because you know what, I might need him to go and join up. Admiral Kyrion, go join up with Admiral Himlico, or at least, try and just kick out Admiral Servius. Just be ready to deal with him, because I don't want the Julii running all over us, being annoying and all that shit. So, just see. Actually, can you attack this turn? No, you can't, right? But you can go into port at least, so right, we'll deal with him. Completed some recruitment, by the way, so well done me. Retinue expands, by the way. Himlico now has a Harris Barracks because now he has more morale, but yeah, whatever. He let me down on that battle. Right, Sakarbal's on his way. Milcapartes is on his way. Everyone's on their way. Danil, you get yourself buried into Numantia. Find out how weak the Gauls are, because they're obviously going to be weak if they're sending me those little bitch messages saying, we don't want to fight, actually. We changed our minds because we just realised we're terrible at what we do. Yeah, you can't bitch your way out of a war with me now, Gaul, unless you give me something I want. They have swordsmen, peasants, and skirmishers. Right, shouldn't really be too much of a challenge for them to take this town. They also have a lot of stuff there which I can burn down and use, so whatever. Go to the next turn, make things happen for me, armies.
We're surrounded!
Right, Gaul's having another go at it. Let's find out what that army's made up of this time. It's a little bit stronger. Skirmishers, warbands, unknown, warbands, barbarian cavalry. I think our Iberian infantry should be capable of taking out a warband. I mean, so I'm just gonna fight that one again. We are still really losing the money now. I mean, yeah, we're just shedding the money. There was a marriage at least, and unit recruitment was completed. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have really been recruiting that town. You know what, just disband that town militia. I think we are safe from attacking this area, so just bring the garrison down to an absolute minimum and we'll be okay. Right, how's the money doing now? Let's just have a quick look at how the money's doing. Right now, we still need to find another 400 denarii. The Julii are also sending fucking reinforcements to the area. And they're gonna reinforce now. I can't like... The thing is, I can't like scope out the odds of a battle without like engaging, and that's really annoying. And there's also fucking the Romans just pick the worst times to resurface and piss me off, don't they? Right, you lot just need to be in the general vicinity to try and keep Parma out of trouble, because if we get invaded, then I'm gonna be in a really bad mood now. You guys keep moving. You guys keep moving. We're 2 turns away from sieging the enemy. But I don't want to be sieged over here, so right, you guys gather up and just go take out Captain Prasatagus. Right, we outnumber him by about 500 men. Strength ratio is 8-3 in my favour. You guys know what to do. It's just like round 2, Electric Boogaloo, where the Gauls are going to be flushed down the loo because they're a load of poo. Also, we cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war at some point, but whatever. A dirty Roman said that. Right. General, you go over there, or at least General, you go over here. You lot... Oh, actually, no, wait. The Gauls are going to be over here, aren't they? Right. Their army is pretty weak, though. It's warband skirmishers. There is a unit of cavalry, because they actually do have a general, I believe. Or at least, no, they have a captain, right? So they don't have a general, whatever. You guys just line up and get ready to do stuff. I'm going to keep my skirmishers away. I'm basically my ace in the hole if we actually start losing a lot of men. Cavalry, you be ready, and let's just get you lot out on the battlefield, because obviously we're going to wait for the Gauls to finish having their big palaver, because they're going to move around. So you lot just make a line. Just wait for... Let's just see where Gaul goes, because they're just going to go all the way to the other side of the battlefield. So yeah, you lot... Let's just line you up over here. Obviously don't face back to front, because that is how we screw everything up. General, you just go here. Enemy's going to try and stealth it with their skirmishers, except I know exactly where they are because I'm watching them, so it isn't going to work out in their favour. Those spears are going to go down so easy. All I just need to do with the spears is just make sure it's not my cavalry engaging. Just let the Iberian infantry just get in there, take them out. Obviously, if they try to hype up, that's going to be a little bit of an issue for me, but I don't think they'll have enough time to hype up, and I think the effect of them hyping up is probably not going to pay off in their favour at the end of the day. Right, Iberian infantry, let's just get you lining up a little bit closer. Obviously, we need to be wary of where their skirmishers are going to try and hit us, so that's why I'm moving my cavalry around now. And the enemy is actually going to try and move forward now. Not sure if they're going to engage me or no, they just want to be a little bit closer to the action. By the way, those are some rather depleted units. Were you guys attacked by rebels or something? Because, yeah, they're not even attacking me with a full-strength army. They're just attacking me with some dudes. Well, oh well, we'll just take them out then. On the next turn, we'll see the Gauls plead to us once more, saying, we don't want to fight you. And which I'll just say, no, 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 no. You got to fight me until you give me those trade rights back. Otherwise, I won't listen to you. Or you could give me 400 denarii a turn so I can just keep out of debt for a little bit of what time, but instead you just run away from your problems. I think I know where Gaul sits on this issue for now. But they are going to try and move in, or at least they're not going to move in. They just want to keep their formation close to me. Right. Let's start moving in to attack their warbands. I want you guys moving in here. I want you guys moving your formation here. You guys can try and take out those guys. They are going to probably try and do that stupid thing where they bring their skirmishers forward again, and then they can try and think they're tricking me, except they're not going to trick me because I'm just going to bring my cavalry in now, and I'm just going to absolutely nuke them. At least I don't... What are you guys doing, right? By the way, you guys, I did give you an order to move forward, did I not? Oh, whatever. Right. General... Have a quick mopping up session. That barbarian cavalry just could not give 2 shits about what I'm doing, so that's good for me. Right, turn around and now give 2 shits about what the cavalry's doing, because right now they're not giving 2 shits about me, but whatever. Right, you guys keep moving in. Hey, 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 hey. Try and get around the enemy. Try and get around them. Let's try and surround them. The warband will lose to me, but they are going to put up a fight, and they are going to try and cost me some men, and that's kind of what I want to avoid doing. I want to avoid men, and I just heard that fall back in the distance, which means the Gauls are retreating. They know they've lost, they know they've boobed up. They now know that Oscar is a town which isn't planning to fall anytime soon. Come on, finish the battle. Ooh, he flew nicely, by the way. Right, just wipe everything out. Let's just try and keep the number of survivors to an absolute minimum. Preferably, I would like them to have no survivors. He died quite nicely. Oh, he didn't die, actually. I thought he fell over a little bit wrong. Right. You guys try and chase down that nice full unit, which is trying to escape its justice, or escape its fate. He's really like, yeah, he knows he's fucked. You guys just keep giving chase. They're going to get away, aren't they? Those skirmish. Yeah, they're going to escape for now. That's a shame. A big shame. Oh well. Focus on that cavalry then. Not going to catch them, but whatever. Whatevs. They've escaped for now. We'll meet them again another day. Right now you've got some other skirmishers coming up behind you, so you know what, we may as well take those guys out. They're worth the kills. I think those guys chased down that lone warband quite nicely, so he met his fate on the end of a sword. Went for the nice charge, lads. Nice work, lads. Nice work.
And all the sweeter for being so decisive.
It's nice to win battles sometimes. Right, you guys did well. Once more, 100 of them escaped this time. We're not too good, but losses were kept to a minimum, so yay, go me. That keeps Gaul out of my hair for a little longer. They can go retreat, they might have a little bitch cry again, and I just now can sit here and get frustrated that the naval battles continue to fuck me up the bum. But for now, let's just go to the next turn and get ever closer to launching my attacks now. Right, the Julii won out of the battle. And you know what? I'm going to accept it. I'm not going to get greedy and ask for a ceasefire, by the way. I'm just going to go for a ceasefire with the Julii. That means they stop blockading my port, so thank you. First Romans to see sense and make peace with me. Let bygones be bygones. Perhaps we could be friends one day, until I need to conquer Rome. They didn't hear that, at least. Right, ceasefire it is, your acceptance is gracious as it is sensible. I believe it is. Perhaps we can be friends one day, Julii. Perhaps we can be friends.
Our ships are under
And then they completely blow it. Why? Come on, Julii. I thought... Fine, just go and lose the battle.
roll for your lives.
I guess I think at the end of the day that was like a really fucking funny joke. Oh well, anyway, the Spanish have decided to strategically position a general to try and stop my approach, except it isn't going to work because he's just going to run the fuck away once I'm nearby. You two need to get back into position, but at least now Parma is unblocked and is back to trading. Ah, you guys won't merge properly, will you? Right, well, guess who's disbanded? You are. Make your way back to port and get disbanded because you've now just pissed me off for the last time. Right, end of turn report, by the way. Making money again, so we're now in positive. We're back at war with the Julii because we were at peace for a grand total of 2 seconds. And yeah, right, profits are up at least because the Julii are no longer blockading us. I'm happy with that. I'm still unhappy with how stupid the diplomacy... I mean, seriously, why? I honestly was genuinely hoping we could have peace, but anyway. Important things to deal with this turn. Numantia, I have my spy in position. Chance of opening the gate is 40%. Is he going to let me down? Now we're going to have to sit around and wait for a little bit. Well, actually, he won't let me down if we have to wait. But not having to wait would be a good thing. Alright, we're going to have to wait. Right, 2 rams will do it for today. Yeah, 2 rams will do. Actually, no, we could get a 3rd ram. Yeah, get a 3rd ram in there. 3 rams, 3 approaches. Right, that's Gaul subdued for a little bit. Right, you You're not going to take the long way around. That takes 3 turns. You're going to attack Captain Izanki because he's going to run away as soon as he sees you. Told you. Right. He runs away. My path to Scalabis is now much more clear. They have strengthened their garrison though from the last time we've been there. That flag looks a little bit more full, but fine. They're going to put up more of a fight. I'll welcome it. For now, I'm going to go to the next turn because I'm making all the money I possibly can make at the minute. So let's go to the next turn and wait for the Julii to come and bumfuck us or something. Right, Spain sends a counter-attack. The Julii have blockaded me again, by the way, so that's all my money going down the pit, but whatever. I can have Scalabis in a few turns, and I can turn that into a nice little cash cow if I play my cards right. But Captain Gaiska has come to attack me. I'm going to fight him on a defensive, which means I should have a good chance, because I seem to fight better on the defensive anyway. And this is a good chance for Melkart's Pilers, Hadrumentum to have a go at things, so... He's got Spanish mercenaries, barbarian mercenaries, a little bit of cavalry, things I can easily take out if I surround them properly. I've got an idea of a formation I want to build, and I'm hoping I can use it to lure the Spanish into a trap if things go properly. But I think I'm going to win anyway, because well, yeah, I'm positive today. 5 to 4 strength ratio in my favour, outnumbering him by exactly 800 men. Let's just do it, let's just do it, let's just take this guy out. Even the bravest are frightened by sudden terrors, said Tacitus.
The enemy are here. They are ready to meet their gods. Take up the sword and be ready when the moment comes to fight. There is no shame in being scared, but fear should never be your master. Now cheer, you noblest of men, and sound the advance.
Well, that was a nice speech, and it's also a nice colour scheme for today. It's like a nice evening battle in a nice Spanish summer sun. So nice. Right, let's get deploying. So this looks like a good battlefield for me to exploit today, or at least, you know, use to my advantage. We've got trees, we've got hills, we've got plenty of areas where we can launch surprises, ambushes, and just make a good formation. So once more, we'll use the general as the bait, and we're going to use the hill, of course, because the hill is, well, the best defensive position, nice little morale boost, good place for my skirmishers to do their dirty work. Skirmishers will be hidden in the forests, of course. I'm not going to position any outfield though, because I don't want to risk losing them to cavalry, but they're all going to position themselves here and be ready to rain terror up down upon the men. Now, here's my thinking for this battle. First things first. 2 lines of Iberians here. Now, I'm not going to hide them because, once more, I need bait. But then I'm gonna... because I'm taking inspiration from the battles where I've been crushing the enemy between my sliding doors of death. We'll hide 2 units here. At least we'll try and hide them. Come on, guys. Why aren't you hiding? There's an entire tree there. Right, maybe if I move these guys up a little bit or not. It's a bit hard to constitute what makes up ground. There we go. Right now, these 2 guys are invisible, so you can already see what I'm going for here. We're gonna basically make crushing sliding doors. Now, where's my other Iberian infantry? Now, these guys are only 1 unit, but they'll still be useful. I'm gonna position them here, and I'll hopefully use them to do things. And by the way, I now have Tengu 230 asking if I can be guest starring in his videos. I was fan squealing there. Right, anyway. Carthaginian long shield cavalry. We're going to try and use you for ambushes as well. You guys can hide, can you? Doesn't say they can't hide. Yeah, they can hide. Right. Carthaginian cavalry. We're going to position them outfield over here. So they're ready to do nasty things if I give the order. So let's make sure they're both hidden. Yeah. It may be foresty here, but it's quite hard to use the forests to my advantage, so yeah, I'll just position them here. Bit higgledy-piggledy, I know, but it's going to work in the end. Then the round shield cavalry will be making up the other wing of attack. I'm actually gonna have a bit of a brainwave here, and I'm gonna use use these guys for harassing and trying to flank them as they advance. So you guys are all gonna hide here. And if the Spanish don't spot you, then we are going to have ourselves a lot of fun, because I can just bring these guys right into the back of the enemy as they think they're going to go in for an easy charge. So I've got my cavalry hidden. I've got areas now to attack. I've got my main line of attack. So Put you guys into guarding formation. Hopefully the Spanish come here and attack, then they will get pelted by skirmishers, surrounded by Iberians. Round shield cavalry will just come and absolutely smash them. And then I'll just also bring in the long shield cavalry when I see fit. But for now, let's start the battle and get going. Right, not sure how they're going to perceive my tactics right now, but yeah. They're just coming in, coming in, coming in. Not quite doing it yet though. Not sure what they see in my tactics or how they're doing it. You see, if I was playing multiplayer, I would be Skyping my friend right now and be laughing at him because he didn't know I've hidden everything. The way I'm seeing it right now though, my cavalry isn't going to get spotted, but these guys are going to get spotted. This could be, well, it's not going to be a disaster, but this is going to be something I'm going to have to think about now. Let's think our way around this problem. How are we going to counter this? Because these guys now are basically my fall guy. Well, what I am going to do is I'm going to basically bring these guys in nice and quick, and I'm going to have to bring in the long shields early. But it still gives me time to bring in the round shields, because these guys will still pin down and engage. But for now, let's not have them think about the round shield cavalry. They don't know they exist right now. If they thought they did exist, they probably would have sent a unit of barbarian mercenaries to try and keep them busy. But for now, I'm hidden, I'm tactical, I'm being smart. And I think they're still trying to make up how they're going to do their formation. What they are doing though is they have a weaker unit who's going to clash against my hidden Iberians, so that works out alright in my opinion. Because these guys can hold out a little longer. Not fighting a Spanish mercenaries at least, who could be problematic for my Iberian infantry to deal with. But this is going to be a nice crushing defeat. Were we fighting a captain by the way, or were we fighting a family member? I'm pretty sure it was a captain again, wasn't it? Yep, captain. I wish it was another family member. This would be a good day to kill one of their kings again. Right, you guys are about to have your cover blown. No, so right, you guys need to be ready. You guys need to be ready to basically come in and pull on the flank charge, because the instant these guys are unspotted, then we've got the trouble coming. These guys are happy to be hidden, by the way, if you didn't notice. Right, come on. I'm going to zoom that map out a little bit so I can just keep it down all my men. Right, we've been spotted, right. Your cover's blown, you charge in. You guys start manoeuvring now while you're not seen. I'm going to pull this one off still. You guys start manoeuvring now, form the battle line. You guys start closing in. Let's give the Spanish something to panic about. But right. I want one of you long shields to get in there and basically take out the enemy. You guys need to go in there and attack those barbarian mercs. You long shields, go in there and provide some support. Because right now, yeah, those guys, my guys broke there. Not surprised, not angry, because yeah, those guys basically. I mean, look, if I refer to them as the fall guy, you know what's going to happen to them. Round shield cavalry, get their captain. You guys need to turn and face deal with the Spanish mercenaries. Long shield cavalry, let's pull you out of your current engagement where you're not doing too well and you're losing a lot of men, and yeah, one of you's already bottled it. My bad, I threw you against a spanner, not a spanner unit, a spear unit, so my bad. Round shield cavalry have just joined the fight though. That's provided some nice confusion to the Spanish ranks. Some of them are already starting to break and rout over this, and their captain won't last much longer. One of you get in there and chase down their skirmishers, by the way, but right, long shields were out. I didn't use them effectively. I used them a bit stupidly there. Not surprised. And that's the enemy routing, by the way.
He's filled only by a desire to save his own skin.
That is how you ambush people. That is how you ambush. The position cavalry really far away in the forest where the enemy can't see you, and then you just bring them out and well, as you can see, they've panicked and they just don't know what they're doing. Still those Spanish mercenaries to deal with. Milcar, you can come in. You guys try to avoid them for now because they're using spears. I just want to try and get some Iberian into their back, so you know, just don't let them have their way with you. You guys need to speed up, by the way, if you want to catch up with those skirmishers. They're not exactly gonna, you know, they're not gonna give up. They are gonna just keep running and trying to troll you and stuff like that. But for now, Iberians are doing a good job. They're just charging into their back. They've turned them first, of course, but it's alright. I have full confidence in my Iberian infantry right now. They're going to win that battle. These guys are shaken, they're exhausted. My guys are only merely winded. We've got them dealt with. Those skirmishers, they're flying, they're going to go down, they're down. Right, one of you go finish off their captain. He isn't really worth anything to me, but hey, I always feel nice when the enemy leader dies. You guys are doing okay. Let's just try and let's just get you guys in the back. You guys keep doing what you're doing. Where is Milcart, by the way? He's still quite far away. We've won anyway, so I don't care.
These men are perfect. They are running from the battle in terror.
Right, Milcart can come in and go in for the kill. You guys just go and also chase, see what you can chase down. You guys come in and go for a full frontal charge. We've got the Spanish on the run. We got them absolutely... We just got them knackered, basically, there. They just got absolutely... boshity bushed. And I am absolutely, positively, 100% satisfactorily pleased with how that turned out. Battle did go a little bit awry, I admit. Maybe we've had a few more losses than we should have, but then again, actually, losses weren't too bad. I think the worst loss was the the long shield cavalry. My round shield cavalry seemed to tank whatever damage was thrown at them quite well, actually, so I'm alright with that, but yeah. I think the problem in that battle was I didn't use my long shields very effectively. I kind of threw them at the wrong unit. I should have been a bit smarter with them, but I think the use of these round shields as basically as my big main ambush just did pay off in the end. So right, you guys get to work on chasing stuff down. Milcart, you just chase down that lone guy there. And I think that's pretty much all of the ones I dealt with, because that's all I can see on my map. You guys turn around, by the way. Just come and help out. Just finish everything off, please. Because I don't know why. I think your colour scheme was glitching there graphically a little bit. I don't really care, but still, nice evening battle, won quite nicely. Turning the Iberians to my side, 1 kill at a time. Still, all these guys work for me now. Simple as that. Keep charging, by the way. Keep charging. I love following these guys with my charges. I really wish I could, I mean, like, have some, like, good camera things, so, like, just go to first-person mode or something in this game. That'd be really fun. Clear victory.
And no one can argue that it is not both well-deserved and worthy.
I think it was well-deserved, because I actually used my brain in that battle. At some points, I didn't use it as full as I could, but, hey, I still used it, and that was a nice, you know, that's a perfect result. 24 of them left, and Scalabis is now open for the taking. They have opened the town up for me to walk in, so well done, Spain. You've played yourself with that attack, and now I am just ready to go in and siege that area. They still have a garrison, of course. It'll be whatever survived, and it'll be very weak. So you guys go out and start the siege. But you'll be seeing the siege on the next episode, my friends, alongside the episode 40 progress report. Which sounds thrilling, doesn't it? Right, just the 1 ram we'll do for that one. Actually, you know what? Just do as many rams as you can get away with in one turn. So do 3 rams. May as well just make sure all my infantry can get into town. Their enemy army has routed and melted. End of turn report. Money is still coming in, not as fast as it can, but we are still making money at least, because we are still dealing with a Julii blockade. Not going to bother disappointing myself at the end of this episode with a battle there, though, because that isn't worth it. But that was a good session today, I think. We've managed to not only get the offensive going, but we are now at the point where we are primed to take 2 settlements off the enemy. Sure, Gaul may have joined in the Spanish war against me, but I think the Gauls will fall quite easy. It's clear they don't want to fight it. They're not fighting with all their heart. Bit of a false flag with the Julii proposing peace, though. It's a shame they didn't stick to their word and instead chose to attack me less than a turn after, which annoys me a lot, actually, but fine, I'll still have to deal with the Romans as I see fit. But for now, we're getting close to capturing Iberia as a whole, and once we have that, we can focus on making money. We can try and take back Africa. We can attack the Gauls. I don't know what we're going to do, but somehow we're going to pull this campaign out now. We're now at the point where we can salvage what we lost. We can make up a lot of lost ground very quickly, I think. And that is how we're going to do it. So next episode, the taking of Scalabis and the Battle of Numantia. It's going to be quite a fun journey, a very fun one indeed. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next episode. Have a lovely evening, folks.